So when you go to an IKEA store, you typically go there to pick out most likely home furnishings, right?
Well, that's what we thought.
Yeah, I have shelves from there, bookcases.
We're learning we need to check the food because just as important to the furniture for IKEA success is their Swedish meatballs.
All right, Jeff, you have to explain this one to us. Why are they so popular? They're just meatballs, right?
I have my own theory why they're so popular. Have you been to IKEA? I'm sure you have. It's a maze. You know, you're forced to go throughout the entire store before you get what you want, and by the end of it, you're left starving. And you know, the creator of the restaurant concept for IKEA actually explained to the Wall Street Journal the method behind the meatball.
A hungry customer is a very non-focused customer. So if you're there with your family, you are supposed to buy a new bed or a living room or whatever. Then when you start to get hungry and thirsty, you sort of lose your focus on what you were there to do.
So I wasn't that far off with my theory. They acknowledge it. They know that the customers spend a lot of time in that store. You know, IKEA's food division brings in close to $2 billion annually.
Jeez.
That's right up there with well-known food establishments like Arby's and Panera. The company estimates that about 700 million people this year will eat in one of the cafeterias located at the 300 IKEA stores worldwide. You know, it all started 30 years ago when IKEA's founder had a thought that shoppers browsing on empty stomachs is not a good thing. So, keeping in line with the company's frugal ways, he brought in the Swedish meatball into the mix. And by the way, one big reason the meatballs are so popular is because they're cheap. Kids' meals start out at just $2.99, and you can buy a big bag of them for just $6. Now, we should mention that IKEA did get some bad publicity with its meatballs earlier this year when traces of horse meat were found in some of them.
Hey.
Oh boy.
But they were able to figure out where that was coming from, and they got rid of it, and it doesn't seem to have affected the cravings that so many have for these meatballs.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.